streaming from this woman's eyes. And how I can relate to that, because it was a flood of tears streaming from my eyes.
Yeah.
When I went searching for Jesus and wanted to confess my sins, because I was tired of fighting against flesh.
Yeah.
So now, it said that this woman, no doubt, fell down to her knees after she got to Jesus, because there was a connection there.
Yeah.
Because there's something about being in the presence of Jesus.
Yeah.
We wasn't fortunate enough to see Jesus in person.
Yeah.
But just being in the presence of Jesus will do something to you.
Yeah.
So now imagine coming face to face with Jesus. Imagine being there, seeing Jesus physically.
Yeah.
Imagine the feeling that she must have been feeling. And she connected with Jesus.
Yeah.
And she fell down and she began to cry.
Yeah.
And to me, now this to me, because I'm relating me to this.
Yeah.
Those tears represented her sin. And her sin she was confessing to Jesus.
Yeah.
By just simply crying and shedding tears.
My Lord.
I remember singing, and I remember crying out to Jesus and tears flowing from my eyes.
Yeah.
And then every sin that I had committed began to resurface.
Yeah.
And I began to talk to Jesus.
Yeah.
And I began to tell Jesus, God, I need you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for all that I've done. For every man I slept with that I shouldn't go. For every man I told that I shouldn't go. For everything that I've done that I shouldn't go. I remember crying out to Jesus. So now, I relate to this woman because I remember, I know how it was, and I can imagine how this woman felt. All her sins. And in verse 27 said there were many sins.
Yeah.
So I can imagine how she felt. And then when she was crying and taking and washing his feet.
Yeah.
Her sins meant she was casting them to Jesus. She was giving everything she had done to Jesus.
Yeah.
And she was crying. The more she thought about her sins, the more I can see the water dripping. Y'all know that crying when your snots begin to fall and you start the murmuring and stuff and everything coming out along with the tears. You didn't even care who or what saw you. All you know you was trying to see and get to Jesus and feel his presence. I don't care who's looking at me. That's the way this woman was. She didn't care. She just needed a connection with Jesus. And so it said that she began to wash Jesus' feet with the tears. And in washing Jesus' feet, it meant that she had turned all her sins over to Jesus. And that Jesus now had him. And she began washing his feet, and that was letting you know that I'm connecting with Jesus, and he's doing something within me. And Jesus, I'm going to let you have your way, because here is all my tears. I can't cry no more. Then it says she took her hair and she dried her feet. And I see myself after I got through crying and I got through shedding every sin that was in me. Getting some tissue, beginning to wipe my face, clear up everything. Because I knew that I had connected with Jesus, and by him not saying that, I just knew everything was going to be all right. So she knew everything was going to be all right. And she just began to dry his feet. Because she knew that God was wiping all her sins away. he was casting him wherever he wanted to cast him, whatever he wanted to do with him, because I just gave him to you, Jesus. I just dropped him at your feet. That's the same way I felt. Then the word says that she began to kiss his feet. Kissing his feet. He was showing, now Jesus, I know that you have me, so now I am thankful and I'm grateful for you forgiving me of my sins. And I remember lifting my hands to Jesus, giving him a praise. She was kissing and I am praising for what he's done for me. Then she poured an anointment on his feet, anointed his feet with oil.
Yeah.
And all I did was to say, Jesus. Jesus. Because the word is for her to feel the connection. And it made her know that he is mine and I am his. And by me saying Jesus, me not connected with Jesus, let me know Jesus is mine and I am Jesus. And notice while all of this was going on, Jesus didn't say nothing. He just stood and he observed everything. He observed everything that was going on. He was watching this lady after the man. And then when you're crying out to Jesus, do any of you hear it? You just know he has. But you're just crying out to him. He ain't saying a word because he's listening to you. Just like he was listening to this woman. But of course, here comes the monkey. All right. The Pharisee named Simon was thinking to himself, if Jesus knew who this woman was, if Jesus knew that this woman is a sinner, if Jesus knew this type of woman, then he would be letting her touch him the way that she's touching him. If Jesus knew the type of woman that I was, why Jesus let him stay in his pool? If Jesus knew the type of person you were, why he let you sit on the cross? Why he let you sit in the pew? If you know the type of person that you are. Why is Jesus letting you do what you do? Why? Jesus letting each and every one of us do what we do, even though we're being labeled by people. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. And I've been called everything but a child of God. And I know today some people ain't here because if Jesus was who he was, then he would be letting her preach. I know this. If Jesus was who he was, he would be letting that backslider come through that door. But he doesn't. If Jesus was who he said he was, he would be letting that person that just cut out their family member this morning come through that door. But he does. If Jesus was who he said he would not be letting that person out of jail. But he does. But he does. Jesus said, he didn't speak until now. Simon. I can see it saying, Simon, see this woman here? You invited me in here. You invited me here. But yet, and still, you didn't give me water to wash my feet. But this woman washed my feet with her tears and dried with her